If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs. Blue and burnt orange go really well together, I gotta say. Warmongering gladiators scaled shoulders. If you're horde, you'll have to go with wild. WoD PvP vendor. If your horde alliance, doesn't really matter. 3 marks of honor. They charge the same price for both factions. The chest, smoldering breastplate. WoD level blacksmithing. Check your local blacksmith or your local auction house to get the chest. And the belt is going to spin you to Mop. Prideful Gladiator's Girdle of Accuracy. If you accurately want to buy the right piece, you got to go with Grievous. If you're horde, 1 mark of honor to get the belt. Next up, we're looking at the legs. Smoldering Greaves, which are a WoD level blacksmithing piece, so you can buy it from the auction house or have a blacksmith who has WoD blacksmithing make them for you. Got a dwarf who's very excited to show you the feat. Warmongering Gladiator's War Boots of Prowess. Say that 18 times really fast. 2 marks of honor. If you horde, it'll be wild. Same with the hands. If you horde, wild. If you're alliance, warmongering, 2 marks of honor. So far this set's super easy to pick up. The back, a little hard here. Burning Throne, Agrimar is the boss, 8% drop rate. The tabard, Gilnea's tabard, alliance only. Gonna have to find something similar if you're horde. Next up, we're going to stick with the Lady Draenor. The head, warmongering combatant, scaled helm. WoD PvP vendor, 3 marks of honor. Wild if you horde. And the weapon is out of Ulduar, General Vezek's, 5% drop rate. Love these shoulders for DKs, warriors, and especially for Paladin with this particular set. Shoulder plates of the Deconstructor. Ulduar is the place. XT002 Deconstructor. 22% drop rate to pick up the shoulders. The chest hidden behind the tabard. Field plate armor. Felwood. Cata is a rare that you can get it from or buy it on the auction house. Next up, we have a dwarf who's very excited to show you the belt. Out of Timeless Isle, Cliff Breaker Girdle, Timeless Plate Armor Cache, so you got to open it up. Hopefully you get that belt, so that's not that difficult to get, honestly. And the legs, part of the same vanilla drop set as the chest. You can get this piece from a rare called Snark in Eastern Plaguelands or buy it on the auction house. Next up, we have a Lady Human showing the feet. Charred Saronite Greaves. Ulduar is the place. Ignis the Furnace Master is the dude, and decent drop rate to pick up the Greaves. And the hands, Hand Guards of the Enclave, which is also from Ulduar, so the hands, feet, and shoulders all from Ulduar. The back, High Tinker's Cape, Battle of Dazalahar, High Tinker Mechatork, 10% drop rate. Got a Tauren dude showing the Argent Crusader's Tabard, Ice Crown, Crusader's Quartermaster, so it's going to cost some rep and gold. The head, as you can see, is one of those guild leveling headpieces that you could use for plate. And the weapon is a quest reward out of Ice Crown. The White Tiger set, one of my favorite Paladin sets in the game from Mop. Terrace of the Endless Spring. This is the heroic version. It's the green. I do believe the black and gold is regular and the red is LFR. So we're going to move on to the chest, which is a drop from a raid. Unbreakable Chest Guard. Ulduar Arya Stark is the boss, or Arya, or I can't pronounce that. Next up, we have a dwarf with the belt, Great Belt of Wow Krendor. I tend to give some of these things my own little name. I name them myself. Ordos is the place. Timeless Isle. I believe you could also get it out of Siege of Orgrimmar, but easier to get on the Isle, I believe. Saronite Plated Liggards. Ulduar is the place. Cache of Living Stone. And we got about a 9% drop rate on the legs. Next up, the feet. So the feet, the gloves, and the shoulders, all part of the same tier set from Mop, and the chest and legs part of a raid set from Ulduar in Wrath of the Lich King. The hands, the White Tiger gloves. Ulduar, which is incorrect. It's Heart of Stone Heroic. Not sure which boss. You'll have to check that up on Wowhead. and made a boo-boo there. And a Tauren showing the back, which is the Gilded Thorian Cloak. Karazhan, the BC version of Karazhan. Terrestrian Illhoof, 17% drop. The head, Titan Subjugator's Visage. The Burning Throne, Garathi Bothas, 6% on the drop rate. And the weapon, Hateful Gladiator's Great Sword. I believe you have to buy all the weapons to get it. The shoulders are straight out of Dragon Soul Heroic, Haggara the Stormbinder, 19% drop rate, shoulder gods of Radiant Glory. Of course, what else would you call those? Next up, we're going to go kind of plain and ordinary for the chest because it's kind of hiding behind the tabard. Heavy Mithril Breastplate, which is a vanilla level blacksmithing chest piece, blacksmithing, or you could buy it on the auction house. Got a Dude Torrens showing the belt. Shiver Sleet Waist Guard, Tomb of Sargeras LFR is the version. Hard Jaden is the boss, kind of about a 5% drop rate for that tier belt for paladins. The legs, Heavy Mithril Pants, vanilla level blacksmithing. Check your local blacksmith or your local auction house to craft or buy the legs. Got a lady human showing the pillar foot greaves. Dragon Soul Heroic Morchok, he's the first boss. Pop in, see if you get it, then move on. The hands, Gloves of Radiant Glory, Dragon Soul Heroic. So the gloves, the shoulders, and the boots all from the same tier set. And the back really ties in nicely. Mantle of Desire, Hyjal, it's a quest reward. Next up, we got a Dude Draenor showing the tabard. Kirin Tor Offensive. If you're a horde, you're probably going to have to find some other tabard that's purple. I'm sure it wouldn't be difficult. And the head, as you can see, Tomb of Sargeras LFR, various mobs, or you could just buy it on the auction house. I do believe it is buying on pickup. And the weapon, as you can see, Black Temple, Essence of Anger. Silver and gold always seems to work for Paladin. The Dawnsteel shoulders, BC level blacksmithing. Check your local blacksmith or the local auction house to get those really heavily gold with golf balls of silver. Looks really good. Lawbringer Chest Guard Molten Core. Gorbag the Incinerator is the boss. 18% on the drop rate for the old vanilla tier Paladin chest piece. And the belt is the Judgment Belt, Blackwing Lair. As you can see, the boss that it drops from, and 20% on the drop rate. So the belt really works well with this set, I think. And the legs are the Lawbringer Dread Plates, I was going to say, but that would be wrong. Leg plates, Molten Core. Magmadar is the boss, 18%, 17%. Yes, decent drop rate. Demon Steel Boots, Legion level blacksmithing. Check your local blacksmith or your local auction house. Next up, the hands, Gauntlets of the High Lord, Nighthold. There's the boss, kind of a low drop rate to pick up the hands, but worth the effort. The back, Ember Silk Cloak, Moradon if you want to farm it, or just simply buy it on the auction house. And we have a Tauren Dude showing the tabard, which is Alliance only. Unfortunately for the Horde, Rather Battle Tabard, that's going to take a lot of rep to get. And the head, Crown of Steely Brambles, which is the Emerald Nightmare, low drop rate on the headpiece. And the weapon is out of Uldir, as you can see, Mithrax the Unraveler. Here's a kind of a unique look for Palladians, or Paladins if you want to say it correctly. Demonic Gladiator Scaled Shoulders. Now this is a Alliance-only Legion PvP drop, which you can't get anymore, so you got to buy the whole set from Marks of Honor, which means you'll be buying the shoulders, the gloves, and the boots, so you're going to have to get the set to get all those. Sinister Gladiator's Breastplate for the chest, which is a BFA PvP drop, Alliance-only. The belt, Great Belt of Living Water, Siege of Orgrimmar. I believe that's heroic version. I might have made a mistake there. Tears of the Veil, 16% on the drop rate. You guys could always double check me on Wowhead. They make mistakes too, though. So anyway, Sinister Gladiator's Plate, Laggard's BFA PvP sources. So you either have it or you don't at this point. But eventually you'll probably be able to buy the Sinister pieces as a set, or just in pieces somewhere down the road. That's why I kind of list them. And the hands, Demonic Gladiator Scaled Gauntlets, that's Legion. So we got a little bit of Legion, a little bit of BFA. It's just a small touch mop here. The back is for another Alliance-only piece, War-Torn Royal Cloak. You buy it from the 7th Legion Quartermaster. The Tabard, Honored Hold Tabard, Hellfire Peninsula Quartermaster. Gonna need golden rep for that. And the head, bone fetished face guard. As you can see, it's part of an Azerite armor cache. And the weapon is Cata PvP vendor, 5 marks of honor. If you're still listening up and until now, I want to say thank you for watching, and I'll close out by saying what I always say: whatever it is by you, whether it is morning, afternoon, or night, make your day epic.